As a person who grew up in America, I had a wild idea like, wouldn't it be great to live back in my homeland, the Philippines, have the opportunity to reconnect with my culture, try to be Filipino for once. This stems from a vague nostalgia where I attended many Filipino parties, ate at Seafood City, and was surrounded by many family who came from the Philippines. This made me curious about what it's actually like to be Filipino, and that led to my decision to study in the Philippines. My name is Zeki, and here I'll give my thoughts and insights on how it was like living and studying in the Philippines as someone from the US. At first, when coming to the Philippines, I really didn't have many expectations because I really didn't know what to expect, since my depiction of the Philippines is just a tropical country, and for me it's more like a vacation place. And coming from an American education, I had no idea how difficult school is here. So once that initial honeymoon phase of saying like, oh my gosh, I'm in the Philippines, so exciting, new life, new culture, when that went away, I slowly realized why people here wanted to leave so badly and go abroad. In reality, life here wasn't all too sweet. Even though I was excited to be a Filipino by eating Jollibee every day, taking trikes and jeepneys, or eating halo-halo, I didn't realize that I also had to endure the daily struggles that Filipinos have been going through. As a person that hasn't been exposed to this type of environment, I didn't know I was going to sacrifice many things such as basic sanitation, accessible transportation, and proper healthcare. These were the things I took for granted when I was in the US. This really opened my eyes because people have been living like this their entire lives, and it only makes me more appreciative of what I have. During this time too, it really hit me that I was living in a different country other than the US, and it was definitely a struggle in accepting that first. The adjustment of living here was no joke. It was extremely difficult, starting from absolute scratch, not knowing how things work, no friends, not being able to understand or speak Tagalog. I remember in my first year of college, I was so shocked because I felt like I couldn't communicate properly since everyone spoke a different language. And on top of that, they held many different interests, and they all socially acted differently. Naturally, I just felt so out of place being a foreigner. Fortunately, in this journey, I was able to meet great people in my class because they're the ones who openly accepted me for who I was and helped me with everything I struggled with. Without their support, I wouldn't have been able to accomplish or achieve any of the things I sought out to do. And of course, I'm extremely grateful for meeting my girlfriend, as she was one of the reasons that kept me going and pushed me to be the best version of myself. Eventually, I began to see that things got a lot easier as soon as I learned how to open myself up to life here. Just embracing the values that people here did not only lead me to meeting great people, but it also taught me many life lessons that I wouldn't have otherwise learned if I studied in the US. I also was able to start enjoying all the small things in life, regardless of how bad the situation was or how stressful I was, since I learned to appreciate and make do with what I had. Another great thing that I noticed is that being in an environment for so long where everyone is different from you, you begin to stand out from yourself and really realize the traits you have as a person. You realize who you are and what you're like. During this time, I really got to discover myself and grasp my own identity. And just like that, in a blink of an eye, my journey in the Philippines was over. But after all that, you might ask, was it worth it? I think many people with the same upbringing really thought we understood Filipino culture, but in reality, I know that's far from the truth. I believe that if you really want to understand Filipino culture, or any culture really, you need to immerse yourself in their society and embrace not just their good values, but also their struggles in order to fully understand the context of the culture. But of course, that requires a lot more effort than you may think, and may drive a lot of people away from actually doing it. I realize it really takes time and consistent effort in order to fully appreciate what it means being a Filipino. So to answer that question, yes, it was worth it, as I was able to fully experience everything I wanted to do, and I'm extremely grateful for the people and memories that I made along with it. And now, since I'm moving back to the US, I could proudly say that I lived these past 4 years with no regrets, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Without living here in the Philippines, I wouldn't have been the same person I am now. And for that, I give Philippines a solid 6.2 out of 10 experience. Plus points because Jollibee is 100 times better here in the Philippines. And now, I just want to thank everyone who was there for me during my journey, regardless of how much time we spent together. I truly cherish everything, as you guys made the biggest impact in my life. And to end the video, here are a couple clips that I took during college. Enjoy!